You will learn to make a profit. You will gain the influence to act with precision. You will take your place among the most elite businessmen in the universe. If you have what it takes to make it, the corporation building a better tomorrow.
Boys and girls, I'm not sure exactly where the issue is, but I have a sound voice coming from somewhere. One of my windows is open and it's live, and I'm just trying to find out exactly where it's being streamed from, and then we will remodify this. Okay, so while we're doing a discussion here, this will be back shortly. My name is Striker, and I'm with the corporation. And we weren't supposed to be live just right now, this moment, but we're live now. And I'm just wondering exactly where this sound's coming from, but I'm not totally sure where the live feedback is coming from. So let's go ahead and continue, and I'll just work with the modifications here. Uh, Again, I am Striker with the corporation. We've been a corporation for or part of uh, the organizations for several years now, since Star Citizen's conception. And let's see, our CEO is Waylon, very nice guy by the way, and we have a lot of other members and staff in management that we will be talking to and making interviews with over the next few days. But tonight, I just wanted to narrow down a few things tonight. We've been playing a lot with the 3.2. And in 3.2, there's a lot of things that are going to either remain the same or get updated or removed completely. We will find out in 3.3 when it comes out, which will be coming out in a few days. And it's going to take a while for me to actually click on the universe and get into Crusader, as you see here. I am using a 8 core processor. I have the Sapphire Nitro 8 gigabytes 480 or 490. Um, and that is comparable to the 1070s. Not the 1080. I don't think the 1080, but the 1070s because it was out right around the same time. And I also have the game running on an external hard drive. Now, this external hard drive is a Western Digital 8 terabytes red drive, one of the fastest drives out. But the connection to the computer plays everything else just beautifully. No lag, no issues, just perfectly. Except I'm learning here that when um, that the Star Citizen takes a lot more resources and needs a lot more faster speed to process. And if you guys can, if you're in the same circumstances I am, and you're struggling to get your streams out, we discussed on the corporation's channel on the last video that we just made of how important it is to have a good rig for this system. Now you can play the game and be able to enjoy the game, but for the beautiful content, for the 4K crisp everything, you need a good rig. Definitely PC all the way. Um, and that's what this game's all about. Not a console game, not a tablet game, not an app, although there is a Star Citizen app for the game. This is a PC hard driven game, which is very important. And if you got a budget system, you'll be able to play it. But as there are some other ways to get the high quality content under a budget system, and that's going through a third party platform. And you might have heard this from others. I'm not sure. I haven't discussed it, haven't looked into it, but it's out there. It's a service you have to pay for, and I'm not one that pays for just about any service unless it's really demanding. The good thing about Star Citizen is it is not subscription based. It's totally free. Once you buy the pledge for the package, once the game's released and you buy a package or the standard release game, that's it. That's all you got. That's what you're playing with. You can get the combo pack with the Squadron 42 in it, or you can buy it later with the DLC. I'm sure something like that's gonna happen. So anyway, what I was getting at is that my rig, my motherboard, although that I thought was really cool at the time because it was, it's been outdated, like most everything in PC days. And I whirled in terminologies. Every 30 days, something new is created, and it's out the door. It's a dinosaur. So you can definitely have a really nice, expensive rig, and it becomes a paperweight a little bit, a couple years later. It's just the things for PCs. So I have where you need to place a Star Citizen game onto a SSD card or an M.2 card. Now my system can't run the M.2s, so everybody says the SSD will work perfectly, which I'm sure it will. And as you can see, we're still loading into the game. And this is experience from not having the proper equipment to get in and play like everybody else that has several graphics cards and several cooling systems and and several um, perfect crisp SSD cards and whatever is required to make this ultimate game run instantaneously. I'm sure there's going to be something out there like a whole rig that you can pick up that'll just run this game perfectly. But until then, look forward to building a awesome rig because that's what I'm looking forward to. And I want 4K quality. I just saw 4K quality, and I want it. We're gonna get it, and we'll stream it right here. And this is gonna be a ongoing thing. Oh, by the way, did you guys see what's in this picture right there in my little right here? Where's my little mouse? Yeah. Okay, so I'm trying to use my mouse so you guys can see it, and of course we can't see anything. Right there, of course, nope, it's not letting me show you anything. There is the Terrapin, um, and the Terrapin itself is a $200 ship. It was $185, but now it's 200, and it went up to what 220. So now it's 220. Do you know how much the duck was? The belligerent duck, the Mercury Star Runner. When it came out, it was $200. You can buy it with fresh cash or pledge for it for fresh cash, or pick it up under the War Bond edition for $225, which is awesome. For those that have the in-game credits, it's easy just to buy the War Bond edition. But did you know that if you spent $5 more, um, you can CC you up from the Terrapin to the Star Runner, and that's what I did. There is a great package for concierge, those that spent 1,000 or more. Um, Concierge package has the Terrapin, which I'm assuming that you guys will all get it during holiday times. Um, a Terrapin exploration package. Well, this one came with a Terrapin, came with a Carrack, a Mac, Freelancer and a Reconnaissance Cyclone, and the Drake, little Drake bike, which was kind of cool. And a lot of people discovered this package and upgraded for, which is really great, a great CCU. And we're talking about how this package, although it was great for the concierge. Now let's talk about those guys that aren't a concierge. The ones that just pledged a small package. Just to let you know, you guys don't need to really buy the ships, standalone ships and stuff. You have a package. You have a pledge. And with the pledge itself, you invested into the game. And you are now family. You are part of Star Citizen. You are a citizen of the verse. And that's awesome. If you guys don't have the extra funds to invest further into the development of the game, don't. Keep your money. Hold on to it. There's no need to buy the big better ships that are coming out. You can get them in game, which is really cool because that's the whole concept. The reason why a lot of us, and we do, value the pretty shiny new big ships, and yeah, we will, throw out some cash to get these really nice big ships. In all reality, we're throwing the cash at the game to make the game really great, and the ships are just pretty things. That's all. You can get them in game. LTI is a big thing, and then again, it's not. Back in the day, we all thought LTI would have been this only way to keep your ship from destroying and losing everything. And the insurance isn't that bad. Now, they haven't come up and worked with it fully, but from what we've seen so far, the insurance isn't that bad. LTI isn't as a big deal as it was once before. So, yeah, if you still want LTI, of course, get the smaller, newer budget priced ships that are out with LTI and CCU to what the ship you want, and you can go from there, which is the better way of doing things rather than just going out and buying the big ships, such as is. Let's go ahead and talk about the new concept ship that's coming out. My good friend Danky pointed out and said, "Are you going to buy the Kraken?" Well, this comes I from a person, me, um, that is budget on everything. No, I'm not going to buy the Kraken. And the way I explained it is this: it's too expensive. Yes, if the Kraken, if the Kraken is under $400, and $400 is a lot of money. That is a week paycheck for some, especially me. Now I make a little bit more, but that's that's really rough. So let's just say $400 is off the table. It's too pricey to go out and buy something nice and shiny. Um, the game has 200 million, folks. 200 million. And yeah, of course, it's going to the creation of building the game, and yes, it's going to help develop the game and pay for the crew that's working on it, pay for the facilities, and of course the electricity and just about everything else. So they have limited funds, a lot of funds, but still limited. And what is this? Huh? Lost the train of thought. What is this? This is a constellation? What's this part? It's part from the constellation, right? Hold on, I just lost my train of thought. A freelancer? Oh, I know what it is. A reliant, right? No? Whatever it is getting me vertigo. We're out. We're doing this. We'll go back. I spotted it and I wanted to go see what it was. And yeah, it's better to be flying in a ship sitting down than it is trying to EVA out in the middle of space. So the whole point I'm getting at is if you got the funds and you're a whale, and I do mean the cash barons out there that love to throw money at a party, um, and like it's chump change, then we value, of course, anything that's sent towards the game is production. You know, why not? It's your game too. Have fun with it. But if you're like me, where everything's on a budget, then don't worry about buying the bigger ships. Don't stress over it. If you have the extra funds and you really want to invest in, the bigger ships, then have fun with it because it is fun. It really is. It's something, to bragging rights. Like I love talking about the Banu Merchantman. It's a cool ship. Do I see myself using it all the time? No. I'm going to be using it though. And it is what I wanted it for. Right now, all it is a digital paperweight. It's not even out. Can't even look at it. Can't even, put it in my hangar. Can't even fly it around. It is a thought and it's out there. But same thing with the Carrick. Lando, if you're watching this, where's my Carrick, Lando? Everybody wants the Carrick. Everybody wants the Carrick. And no, we can't pick on Lando. Everybody should not pick on Lando about the Carrick. He is a big fan of the Carrick too. Trust me, he wants the Carrick really bad too. The Millennium Falcon Star Runner, the Mercury Star Runner. We call it the Millennium Falcon because it's the newest, latest thing. It's got the hollow table. Remember when the Constellation was the Millennium Falcon? Well, this one just beat the cake for it. Well, it's it was a bit pricey, but instead of going out and spending a fortune to buy a standalone ship, I bought a CCU. If you can't afford the bigger ship right now, get the closest thing to a CCU to it. If it's a $400 ship, CCU to from a $375 ship. 25 bucks. That's easy enough, right? Maybe a $5 ship difference, $10 ship difference. It's not that hard. But then again, it is for those that are budgeting like me, which means don't get it if you can't afford it. It's fine. You got the $35 pledge, $30 pledge, $20 pledge, whatever it is that got you in this game, in this verse. Hold on to it. Don't melt it. Keep it and run with it. Enjoy the game for what it is. And we got ships. We in the corporation and all the other orgs out there have ships. There's people out there that will have ships and will be more than happy to allow you to play on their ships. Ask in chat. You can ask in chat freely. Hey, does anybody have this type of ship I can try out? Ask in chat. They'll gladly hand you their ship. There's been times that people will just spawn all their ships. Now, before ships weren't lockable. Now they are. Now they are. But at one point, we used to basically flood the ramps, so everybody had ships to go fly, which was easy. But now you have to unlock the ship in order for somebody else to fly it, and hopefully you don't get a criminal charge for flying somebody else's ship. That's something else that they're working on too. But yeah, we're just going over discussions. Nothing really major. And I'm really glad that you're actually watching this stream and participating with us here at the corporation and in Star Citizen. There is a lot of players out there who are very experienced with this game for years and understand that it's still in the works. Understand it's still in alpha. And everybody's still either being the White Knight or there's pros and cons with the game. But there are people out there that are like, oh, this game is perfect. There's nothing wrong with it. Well, yeah, there is. But we're being honest. We're all human beings. We all have our own opinions on the game. My opinion is not what the corporation's opinion is. We speak for the corporation when we basically stream for the corporation. But as a whole, my opinion is not as a whole. um, the next streamer that's going to be streaming might have a different opinion about how Star Citizen is to them, and that's what makes it so beautiful. Is opinions do matter, and the devs do listen. They do. When Chris decided that he was going to, well, and we won't go there. I won't go there, but I thought it was a good idea. I didn't mind it. A lot of people did. A lot of people did. And in the concept and reality, no, it may not have been a good idea. But I went along with it. Happy go camper. I, but yeah, a lot of people got upset with it. And he thought, Chris thought it over, the next day, probably after a lot of reviews, you know, and he decided to change his mind, which I hope that this isn't really costly. This event, the CitizenCon 2948, isn't too costly to produce for our entertainment. But speaking of which, we have Kesh and Waylon going to Star Citizen, which is really cool. They're going to take lots of pictures, and we're going to see them, which is really exciting. We're going to put them right here live. You might see them live Wi-Fiing the stream as well. So that's kind of really, really cool. We look forward to that. We really, really do. I wish I can go. Unfortunately, can't afford the ticket. Sorry. Not the ticket to go to the CitizenCon, but the flight ticket that it does cost to get there. Or the gas to drive. That would have been really far for me since I live in New York. But I was born and raised in California. So, fun entertainment time. Look at this. Did you know that a while back, Port Olistar did not have as much graphics as it does now? And when you actually got close to the struts, it wasn't, well, yeah, it was still a strut, but it wasn't as detailed as it is now. It's just glowing. I mean, look how bright it is. And I'm not on a 4K. I'm not on a 4K stream here. But look at this. Now, if you played games such as Mass Effect, um, and Mass Effect Andromeda's their big, huge space station, you saw all the great details from afar. When you got close, it was just like a small little tiny maze, you know. And then you had to go from instance to instance just to get to parts of, the next room phase. But the detail of putting in right here. Now, my computer graphics right here shows this to be as a normal cap, right? That's sort of a cap, right? And it's reflecting. It's there's some scratches on it, and when you actually get to it, does it blur a little bit? But you can see how it looks metal and how it's reflecting. Now, if this was a 4K stream or 4K computer that I'm running on, I'm not. That would have been different. How different? I don't know. I can't see 4K. Does it impact my gameplay ability? Not really. Is this really important to have a reflective metal case cover? No, but it's nice to know that it's there, right? It's nice to know that it can be mass produced and used in many other stations and truck stops and stuff. And although that we can't own Port All Star, I'm sure one day you can probably buy a part of it for $1. you know, like the Brooklyn Bridge. I'm sure somebody's there selling the Brooklyn Bridge for $1. Um, but yeah, can you imagine the size of these truck stops that's going to be happening, where you can park your ships, refuel, repair, and restock, and then stay for the night, enjoy a restaurant, a pit stop, and these things are going to be huge. Are they going to be player owned? Well, not the NPC versions, but who knows? The Kraken is supposed to have its own dockings for ships, its own stores. It can repair and restock and refuel, and it acts like a truck stop in its own way, although it's a fleet carrier. And for the thought of it, it's probably going to go the same price as a Pioneer. I think around $800, $700 or something like that. That's what's the biggest, latest. What did Hammerhead come out with? How much was Hammerhead for? Look at that ship. How many people bought the Hammerhead? Was it really needed to buy that Hammerhead to your collection? Yes. And the no. If you had the cash to spend, yes. Did you really need to buy it? No. Was it fun to buy? Yes. Are you going to melt it? Maybe. Are you going to want to keep and playing the game? Probably. But yeah, everybody has their own opinions to these things, and everybody has their own excitement to buying new shiny things like me. The Banu I wanted, I got the Banu, and then out came the carrot. Did I melt the Banu? No, but I melted everything else I got after that before the carrot, just for the carrot. And could I have CC'd you to it? Yes. But did I? No. I basically wanted just what I wanted. And I hope that you guys get what you want too. I'm gonna go ahead and share with you my screen. Now, these are the ships that I have in my collection. This is not my buyback collection. This is just what is in the game, released in playable at this time in 3.2. Now, this Drake Dragonfly, I had. Well, we'll start right here. The Anvil Hornets F7C. This right here is a loner ship. This loner ship has been with me ever since Squadron 42. I don't remember exactly how we got it, when we got it, but does everybody have this ship? It seems like. But I'm thinking that this could be for because in due to Squadron 42. I'm not sure though. We'll have to ask some of my corporateers. If you know, please do tell. No, the Drake Dragonfly is part of the Terrapin Exploratory Pack. The Drake Herald. No, here's the Herald. This Drake. Oh, yeah, that's right. My daughter was flying my Dragonfly. She destroyed it. The Drake Herald. This right here is a temporary ship because I have the the belligerent duck, the Mercury Star Runner. That's why I have the Herald. The P-52. P-52 is because I own a P-52 and a P-72. The Misk Freelancer is because I own, and this is a temporary until the Max is out, the Freelancer Max. And which I'm really excited, really excited to have the Max finally out. I think a lot of Max owners are too as well. The only problem I'm having with the Max since the last review was the fact that it's not blue, it's brown. Really? It's for Arena Commander. Yeah, okay. Being able to play in Arena Commander, I can see that. Now, why didn't they just give the Hornet a basic Hornet? Why not? Why is it the F7C? Um, could it possibly be because that's the ship you're gonna earn in Squadron 42, and you own the package for Squadron 40? It's a possibility. It's possible. So the last ship that I have would be the on the list. Oh, well, we got a couple of them, so I'll go ahead and we did the Max Freelancer, the Starfare. The Starfare is because I have the Banu Merchantman or because of the Carrack. One of the two. This one has changed many times. Now the Aurora LN. This is my very first ship. It's never gonna be melt. It's gonna be, that ship that you put the tarp over, and you allow the dust to cake on. It's gonna be my Cadillac in the hangar. Never really used. Now the Aurora MR. I have no clue. I have no clue why I have it as a loner. It's a loner. Um, Perhaps it's something that was given due to having 3.2. Not totally sure. Now the Aquila itself is either because of the Banu or because of the Carrack. That's where it redirects to. Or the yeah, Ursa Rover. The Ursa Rover is because I own an Ursa Rover. Now the Ursa Rover that I have, I melted, but you also get an Ursa Rover because you have a Carrack. So that's why that's there. But this is supposed to be the Linux. And all the other buyback ships that I have, um, such as the Hawk. The Hawk is a bounty hunter ship, and I want that one back. I melted it for other things. But the X1 bikes and the Nox and the other Drakes, the Drakes Dragonflies. really exciting stuff to buy and melt and mix and match and have fun with it. Pretty exciting stuff. Do you remember the Voyager Direct where you were able to buy from the website in-game hanger stuff? Now the in-game hanger stuff was really cool at the time. We'll go ahead and check out the in-game hangers. So this is going to take a moment. I know it took 10 minutes just to get into the game, but since we're just going to be talking about hangers here right now, it's going to take a moment. Items that you used to get were able to purchase. You did get them in your packages, and you did get them with your subscription to Star Citizen as a supporter. Now, you don't have to have a subscription to play the game, but it is just to support the stream. And you got Flare every month. Well, you can use that for your in-game hanger. But if you weren't a subscriber, you could also go to the website directly and go under the Voyager Direct section, which they have recently taken down several months ago. Months, maybe a year ago. Where you can purchase posters and other hanger flair, including the Gray Cat. Now, the Gray Cat was the little buggy, the golf cart that you got to drive around in, and if you guys all remember the uh, the golf cart races or the Gray Cat explosions at Area 18, that was kind of cool. Well, not the explosions, but goofing around and having fun. No, my game crashed. That's why we're still on the screen. It's just not there anymore. So I'm gonna have to reload it. I'm waiting for it to stop spinning. It's locked up. It's just so we can see the hangers, and if we can't, then I'm gonna let the game cool down. It's had a rough day. But for your flares, you were able to either purchase them or get them monthly, and you were able to drive around in your Gray Cat. Now, the one thing about the Gray Cat was that it was just hanger decoration. That's all it was for. But then the hanger decoration was decided to be put into a video where they saw or showed the Gray Cat on the Constellation, and the Constellation landed at Area 18, which was piloted by a player, not an NPC. Okay, so that means they had to make the vehicle a vehicle in the game instead of just a hangar. And they brought it from the hangar concept, they put it into the game, and made it work, and we all got to test it and have fun with it. And then they took it away. It was not in the game anymore for a while. And then came the rover package, introducing the Ursa rover. It came with the rover, and it came with the what else did it come with? Oh yeah, it came with the Gray Cat. Gray Cat was the accessory, but was it the rover and the Cyclone? I do believe that was a double dual package for $90. At the time, it was a good deal. Right now, you can get the Ursa Rover alone for $50, and you could have gotten the Ursa Rover and the Gray Cat as a package for $55, which grandfathers the Gray Cat with LTI. Now you cannot CCU from the Gray Cat to anything, but it just means that once your Gray Cat blows up, you can always get a new one. No worries. So of course you're seeing a black screen and me talking, and I'm definitely not being able to pull up the game itself. It has literally just crashed and stuck. So I'm gonna close this here and bring this up. We've been streaming for a good 41 minutes, and I appreciate you guys listening to me talk and just going on and talking. I'm gonna go ahead and give a good quick restart, and we'll catch up for the next few minutes. But I'm gonna let you guys watch this next video if my system would allow me to bring this up. I'll be right with you guys. And we'll catch up for the next few minutes. But I'm gonna let you guys watch this next video if my system would allow me to bring this up. I'll be right with you guys. That's not exactly what I had intended.
You will learn to make a profit. You will gain the influence to act with precision. You will take your place among the most elite businessmen in the universe. If you have what it takes to make it, the corporation building a better tomorrow. The corporation building a better tomorrow.
Okay, guys. My stream has just officially just crashed, and I appreciate you joining us and watching the stream. And if you can hear me, special thank you. But I'm hearing myself, and there's something open, so I do apologize, and I cannot see anything on my stream layout. So I'm gonna say good night to you all. Have a nice night. Thank you very much for joining us, and please, if you want more information about the corporation, come check us out. More than willing to answer some of your questions in our Discord channel. Have a nice night and enjoy. If you want more information about the corporation, come check us out. More than willing to answer some of your questions in our Discord channel. Have a nice night.